It is perfectly true that you guys are on a 2 minute delay. I'm just saying. This stream started dead on half past and it does delay. So there we go. Back on the TSW5. Why not? It's getting a bit regular, this, isn't it, on a Monday? You guys will be starting to get worried. But no, it's fine. Who's in? We've got Bourbons, of course. He's got the biscuits ready. Oh dear. Jason says time to pick up the pace. Very good. Very droll. The loyal fans are here as always. Good evening, Animal. How are you? Are we getting an auction home tonight? Who knows? We could get an auction home tonight. This is the West Cornwall, and we never know if the brakes are going to work. Although we are in the excellent pacer to begin with tonight. We know the brakes are all right on there because Just Trains made it. So I don't think we got any problems there. David, good evening. How are you? Transport Gamer, Matthew Fry. Hope everybody's well. Salted Caramel Clubs, that's what he's on. Oh, dear me. Right, let's get into it, shall we? Without further ado. So I said we'll do the West Cornwall. Ignore the thumbnail with the provincial class 142 on there. We're going to run the chocolate one because I'm not that keen on it. I think it's a bit boring. But it is the Western livery, isn't it? So we should, as people were pointing out in the Discord, we should probably go for that one, just to be a little bit more authentic. So we're going to run the pacer first on a full run from Penzance down to St Austell. When we get down to St Austell, we're going to jump into the class 150 and have a look at the St Ives branch. And that's where we'll finish tonight. So we'll have a good look at the route whilst we're at it. Will the pacer get up the hills? Well, that's the other thing, isn't it? We'll see. We'll see. Let's get into it. So, the 142 skipper, this is what we want. We've got the 1993 plus. We could also do the 1985 to 1981. And we've also got the 1989 to 1996. What's the difference in this one? That's empty as well, isn't it? Hang on. 89 to 96, 85 to 91, 1993 plus. I think we'll go for this one. Just because. Good evening, Dave. Yes, they were called skippers. Exactly right. Yeah, there it says it there. Yeah, you can see it there. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go for, I picked one out earlier, 2U20, which is this one. We're going to move it to early August. Just because the weather will be nice down at the beach. Kippers, says Animal. Oh, God. Now, just because this train is the chocolate and cream doesn't mean you can all start talking about biscuits again as well. So, right, here we go. Let me sort the mouse out. Hang on. Where's my little cursor? I don't want the... that's it. That's the one I wanted. Right. Master key. First of all, put it in forwards. Let's get the doors open actually first. Destination light, why not? Instrument panel light is already on. Headlights, yeah, I think we're good. Safety systems, AWS first. Let's close that down. Then up on the back wall, we have got the... have we got the DSD in this? I don't think we have we? That's all we've got, isn't it, on this one? It's that ancient. Anyway, let's have a look outside, shall we? St Austell is where we're off to. There isn't a destination board for St Austell, so I'm going to actually put it down as a special. Why not? Let's do that, shall we? There we are. Nice, and it's not even displaying properly. Look at that. Right, let's get the doors closed. Brakes off. And away we go. So just a nice relaxing run down the West Cornwall in something proper. We'll open that actually. Right, there we go. Not me a kid probably back for breakfast. That's a famous one, isn't it? Oh god, he's on crunchies now. Having almost as old as me. Yeah, that's true. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you're all good. It'll take us about an hour to get down to St Austell. Let's just have a quick look at the schedule. St Erth, Hale, Cambourne, Redroof, Truro, St Austell. There we go. 11:30 into St Austell. Now don't forget on these trains as well, if we ask over here nicely, Tom will tell us where we're going next.
The next stop is St Erth. We will shortly be arriving at St Erth.
St Erth. Because those all work on here as well. Because if you've got Blackpool Branches, then all the Class 150 services on here can be run in the timetable mode with the Pacers. So that's good news, because a lot of people don't like the 150. Good evening, Potato. How are you doing? Matthew says you bought the Great Western Railway tank engine DLC for 30 quid. What is that on? What's that on? Is that on Train Sim Classic, you mean? Yeah, no worries, Potato, yeah. Thanks for popping in. Right, off we go. The 101 replicates all the surfaces as well. Oh, does it? Oh, right. I bet there's more people running the Pacer than there is the 101, though. For some obvious reasons. No, I appreciate that, Potato. Thank you. That's a good reminder. Everybody, thanks for coming in. There's 30 in at the moment, which is excellent. Thank you very much. If you don't mind just popping me a like, if you would be as good, that would be very nice of you. Let me know if the sound is okay, because I've got the window open, so it might be slightly noisier than it normally is. Look at that Pacer bouncing around. Look at that in the middle. That's brilliant, that. We've got no problems on this flat part of the route anyway. Animal, you tend to drive the 47 on here. The locos are good on this. The 37's good on this. You do get a 37 with it. We may have seen one just then in the sidings. We'll see one at some point. There's a 150 coming the other way. As I said, we will have a quick run in the 150. We'll run it in the Tintin 57 livery as well, which you can get from Creators Club, as created by Jason in the chat. Thank you again for that, Jason. I'm still waiting for the Pendolino in the livery. Whenever you're ready. Right, 2.9 miles to St Erth. Let's just check in with Tom once again.
The next stop is St Erth.
Can't actually hear him very well with the window open.
The next station stop is St Erth.
There we go. That'll make the false teeth rattle, it certainly will. I missed that earlier on. Did you say there'll be an Oxenholme at Camborne? That's your guess. Right, let's see. Let's see if you're right. I know what you mean. Camborne's quite a straight one, isn't it? It's the straight ones I struggle with. No, you're not allowed to mention that you're testing Shaq. Don't. That fills me with all sorts of jealousy that I just can't contain. I'm running on West Cornwall and you're able to run on Shaq. No! Don't do that to me. Hopefully not, in all seriousness. Hopefully all's going well with that. And well, we still don't have a date, do we? We still don't have a date, apart from it's going to be before the end of the year. So we haven't got long left, have we? I mean, what are we on now? 14th of October. So we haven't got long left in the year. And they won't release anything around Christmas because they'll be on the jollies. So, yeah, fingers crossed. Right, this is St Erth. So let's do this early so we get used to the braking. Then I'll catch up with the chat again. What's everyone's opinion of this route, by the way? Like I said before, I know the class 150. Everyone says the 150 needs a bit of work, and I think everyone said that pretty straight away, didn't they? I didn't know what work it needed until I ran the Armstrong Powerhouse version in Train Sim Classic, and then I could kind of see what everybody was talking about. But the route itself, I don't mind the route. And the Steam pack that came out for it was quite good as well. Let's get everybody on board. We've got a 150 in at this side on the branch line, so that's where we'll go after we've done this full run. We'll run this service, but we'll run it from the other end, from St Ives upwards, up the hill. I will eat you. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Matthew says, you know the East Coast Way, Peterborough to Doncaster, new announcement about the rail tour add-on. You think it might be a Deltic? We'd love a Deltic. I think we said that last time, didn't we? We'd love a Deltic. Could potentially be anything though, couldn't it? Dave, you've got this DLC, but you haven't tried it yet. Concentrating on the Tees Valley. Is that how you play it, Dave? Do you kind of do one route and kind of master it and then move on to another one? There's a few people that do that. I like to play a little bit of everything, I must admit. Animal says, wonder what the British loco is that Just Trains are doing. I know which one you want, Animal. We're not allowed to say what it is on this stream. Everybody knows you want a class 50 anyway. Well, we've got a sneaky red coming up. Evening, Peter. How you doing? Hoping for middle of November for Shap. Early December for the mysterious German route from TSG. Right, waiting for the signal. You like this route, Animal? Yeah, it's alright. I think it's alright. You think it's the 86? You think the local DLC is the 86? Could be, couldn't it? Could be. The Rotums are very nice in TSW. David says, don't mind this route, but if you know the real route, it's pretty bad. The bits between stations aren't much like real life. Right, got you. Yeah, you see, I don't know the real route at all. I get that. I get that. If you do know it and it isn't, you know, quite lifelike, then I get that. You know, it's like the Blackpool Branches, because I know the Blackpool Branches quite well, and actually the West Coast Main Line over Shap. I think it would annoy me if it didn't look like it was meant to. I must admit. So I can see where you're coming from there. Oh, you're an ex-driver, Dave. That's interesting. What was it you used to drive? We've got a lot of Daves in tonight, so sorry if I keep saying Dave and David, and hopefully you're looking at the chat while I'm saying that and you know who I'm speaking to, but you like to learn the route to drive properly. That's good. So do you take the hood off then, Dave, and learn it properly? Batsy Tutor, how you doing? New to Train Sim World 5? No, you get this question all the time. Which DLC would you go for? For the first one, you've got the basic free game, have you? Yeah, I do get that question all the time, and it depends really. It depends really what you like. So start off by picking which country first out of the available countries, I would say, and then once you've you know what country you want to get the DLC for, then have a look on the route pages and just see what interests you, because there's a mixture. There's high speed, there's short routes, there's long routes. It's difficult to say. As a beginner, I think Blackpool Branches is a good one, I would say, because you're driving the Pacer, which is quite easy to drive. You know, it's not bad. So it's not too difficult to learn. So but if you do decide, let us know which one you pick. Shall we have a look at the map and see what's going on, because we've got this red and there's nothing in front of us. Is there someone in the block in front of that? Oh, we've got a green. Wouldn't you know it? Oh well. Typical. Afraid of a spad. You think the local will be the APT? Again, Deltic or APT, you know, all these. I mean, the APT, yeah, for the West Coast Main Line over Shap, yeah. But a Deltic for the East Coast Main Line and an APT for the West Coast Main Line, we'll take it. We'll definitely take it. East Valley Timetable mod is brilliant, especially for the Pacer. I haven't got any mods, you know, on the PC. I should probably look into that, but I like to kind of, when I'm playing it for you guys, I like to kind of show you what you will get if you're playing it, you know. So I'm kind of in two minds about the mods, but it sounds good. Oh, you're familiar with that signal, Peter, are you? it takes a decade to change in the 150 timetable. Yeah, so this is the 150 timetable. We've just substituted in the pacer. What a good looking thing that is. I said at the beginning, I'm not that keen on this livery out of all of them, but it's growing on me. I just think it's a bit bland, but it's still a good looking beast, that. Dave, West Anglia and Great Eastern Main Line. Oh, you can drive no hood or signal. Do you play Train Sim Classic as well, then, Dave? Because obviously in there you can drive the 90s up and down on the Great Eastern Main Line, which is quite a nice run in TS Classic. We might play that sometime actually. Bit overcautious on the brakes, but what new route are you most excited about to release? You must not have been on many of these streams, Matthew, I'll just tell you that much. Easy, hands down. West Coast Mainline overshot, no contest there. That's a very, very easy one to answer, that. Saying that, you know what? For something completely different, I'm actually quite looking forward to the Tadami line as well, the Japanese line. Because I think that'll be a bit different, you know. And as I was saying in one of the recorded videos I did, I didn't know anything about German railways, and excuse me, that's my chest again playing up. I didn't know anything about German railways, but I've learned, you know, I've learned PZB and quite enjoyed it, and learning bits and pieces about German trains and things from the other ambassadors as well. So when a new country comes into TSW, I always quite look forward to that as well. We've not had many new countries, have we? But I think Japan is going to be a bit special, so I'm not buzzing the guard because I don't know what the key is, but I mean it's a bit late now, but there we go. Right, Camboy, and this is the one, Jason. Is this the Oxenome? Definitely not Overshap, he can't stand it. You prefer the old diesels, and then Northern Transpennine. I assume you mean British diesels. Northern Transpennine, very good route. That was my previous favourite before Blackpool Branches. Yeah. Rusty Sprout, how are you? Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the team. Good evening, Matt. How you doing? Mr. Train Guy, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Dave, you've got Train Sim Classic with Great Eastern Mainline braking on the 90s, way out though. Do you have the Armstrong Powerhouse Class 90? Because that's going to be a little bit better. I do have that actually. I've not had much chance to drive it yet. That's why I'm thinking maybe we'll do the Great Eastern Mainline at some point. Michael, good evening. How you doing? Nice to see you in one of the live ones. Hope you got your issues sorted out with the DLC. Matt says Blackpool Branch is still half price until Thursday. That's good. That's on PC, isn't it? I think just on PC. Just in case we've got. I think we have got plenty of console players in. Anyone looking forward to the Dutch route? Actually, yeah, same thing applies. A new country, and And Dutch trains, yeah, I don't know a lot about Dutch trains. Well, I don't know anything about Dutch trains. So again, quite looking forward to that. Hopefully we've got, you know, new set of safety systems to learn. So yeah, that'll be good. Oh, 3 new pictures of Tadami yesterday. I missed those. I didn't see those. You got the Armstrong Paros version? Yeah, that's what I've got. Here's the first of our hills, look. To answer your question, Animal. Okay, so far we got a running start. The Army line has some weird signalling system, but also uses a 153 style single unit. Yeah, I keep meaning to get the route in Trainsim Classic, because the Tadami line's in Trainsim Classic. I've seen some people playing it on YouTube. Excuse me. But I don't own it. But I fancy having a go at it, so I might do that. Sent the ticket. Good. Yeah, send the ticket. He had a problem with Great Western Express, Jason, not I think it was Great Western Express, wasn't it, not appearing for download even though he owns it. There's been a few players commented about various bits of DLC not appearing. It's always best, in case there's an entitlement issue, just to log a support ticket. Go to the forums and look up in the top right hand corner. There's a support button there, and if you click on that, it lets you log a ticket, and DTG themselves will look into it for you. And with things like DLC problems, they're usually quite hot on that, because everybody's going through a similar thing. Not everybody, but a lot of people are. Rusty, you enjoy the Ormskirk to Blackpool because you live near Ormskirk to Burscough. Nice, very nice. Are you posh, Rusty? Are you from Rufford? I'm just kidding. Sorry to anyone who's in from Rufford. I have this picture of you living at Rufford Old Hall and charging people 40 quid to get in. Ricky, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the team. Hope you're well. I'm just going to be drinking coffee whilst I'm talking. Not exactly at the same time I'm talking. I'm obviously going to stop talking, but just still trying to sort my throat out. It's been 3 weeks now. I'm still struggling a little bit. Right, nobody distract me, because we've got Cambourne coming up, which is where Jason's got odds on that I'm going to do an auction on. I don't know who that is. I will eat you. I know who Alan Thompson is. I don't know who the other person is. So I can't really comment on that. I've not seen it. Yeah, I could auction on that. Yeah, actually, I'm going pretty slow. We're quite uphill, so it should be a little bit easier to break. Evening, Glenn. How you doing? You love this train? So fun to drive it is, isn't it? Because it's quite basic, but it's not so basic that it's bland, you know, boring. Mr. Train Guy says, why does this train look like a bus? That's because it basically is. It's a British Leyland. Is it British Leyland? Sort of. What's the word? Not mould. What's the word I'm thinking of for the outside? The shell. Yeah, as anyone says, it was a bus. Yeah, British Leyland, I think. Also got a red Camborne as well. Got a level crossing, of course, right outside the station, which is why we've got the red. Because we do not want to go anywhere near this, of course. There's not much traffic about, is there? Collectibles, of course, which are not collected on this PC version. But I have got them all on the PS5. I'll let Jason answer that question if he doesn't mind, Michael. He'll be able to tell you how to switch the various things on in the hood. Chassis, that's what I was looking for. British Leyland chassis, yeah. Alright, we've got the green. And it's a hill start. 3.6 miles to Red Roof. I thought we'd see if the crossing gates come up once we've cleared it. There she goes. Now come on, don't let me down. I've no signal in front of me, so there we go. That's pretty neat, isn't it? I think the Pacers went on a lot longer than they were expected to as well, didn't they? So they didn't get a bad deal out of them. You walk through that gap in the gates. That's no good. You live near Burscough railway station. Excellent. Quite local. It seems more of a pleasant run, this, in the Pacer. I don't know if that's because you get a little bit more daylight in this cab than you do in the 150, because the 150's just got the narrow window, hasn't it? Could be to do with that. Red Roof is Red Roof. Is that how you say it? Red Roof. Red Roof. You say it fast, like Red Roof or Red Roof. Is that if you pronounce it with a local accent? Which obviously I haven't got. Good evening, Richie mate, how are you? Tricky started with TSW on the PC, but you like to pick up and play on the console, so you play a lot on the PS5. I must admit, I've said this a lot, I do like just crashing out on the settee and switching the PS5 on and running some services, definitely. I'm with you there. The unit you want in TSW is called the Bud SPV 2000. Looks like an Amfleet cab car, but it's a single powered unit. I'm not familiar with that, actually. Just rough, red rough. Level 47. Looks better watching than it does playing it. Good evening, Bartman. How are you? Oh, the post-holiday blues. Actually, I'm the opposite. I'm off next week. So I'm kind of D-mob happy this week. Here's Red Ruff. I just can't call it Red Ruff now. That's changing my whole way of thinking. Right, we're at Red Ruff. We're at Red Roof, which is the Lancashire version of Red Ruff. Did you see people just appear on the train there? Have a look at the departure board. St Austell, yeah, that's us. Expected 11:03. So the departure screens are all working quite nicely. Right, Truro. Let's listen to Tom, shall we? Helps if I take the brakes off.
The next stop is Truro. The next station stop is Truro.
Truro. There you go. Oh, actually, I should have listened to what he said for Red Roof, shouldn't I? I didn't think of that. I should have listened to what Tom says. For those of you who don't know why I'm calling him Tom, Tom is of course one of the Just Trains developers. So if you've seen Tom on Train Sim TV doing his streams, excuse me, you'll know who I'm talking about. So that's Tom's voice. He's one of the devs. So that's why I keep pressing that and saying, "What's Tom saying?" I've not lost my mind completely, not yet. I'm getting there. Oh, you just got back from the Canaries. I'm not particularly doing anything. I'm just having a rest for a week. I'm just that way out, you know. Red Rough is Cornwall's version of Blackpool. It's going to be pretty rough then. Emphasise the rough part. Oh god. Someone have the wheels off it. Yeah, it's not running on time, but it's fine. We're enjoying it. Should be giving it the beans really. We can do 70 on this section. It's button B, is it, for the buzzer? On the keyboard or on the controller? I'll try it. Hang on, can I do it now? Oh, you're right, on the keyboard. That's because normally I'm on the PS5 and I don't have a keyboard. So I'm not always familiar with the keyboard buttons. Drive it like you stole it. You've got to. Anyone know if there's any particular reason why it's called the Skipper, this livery? Seems a bit of a strange name. I bet they never had these on the Great Eastern Main Line, Dave, did they? Can you not plug a USB keyboard into a PS5? You can. You can also use a Bluetooth keyboard as well. I know another Dave who's not in tonight, Dave Melody. I think he uses a Bluetooth keyboard with his PS5. And he knows all the buttons, whereas I just play on the controller generally. But tonight on the PC I've obviously got the keyboard as well, so... I just think with the console's meant to be just that. And I don't want to be sat on the settee with my feet up, you know, balancing a keyboard and everything else, you know. Just my personal choice. But yeah, you can use one. You can use one. Skipper's just the Great Western branding. Okay. Oh, now I'm going fast again. We're on the other side of the hill. There we go, much better. The Scuds, I've not heard that. I thought I was a missile. Or is that why they're called Scuds? The class 153. Wasn't Tom the speaking clock? He's probably available to be the speaking clock as well. Proper driving with a keyboard. Yeah, see, obviously TS Classic, I use the keyboard the whole time, but the difference is the keyboard's on the desk when I'm on the PC, so... up and down the hills in this section. You find it hard to use a controller now after switching? Yeah, I think that's the way I am, but the opposite way. I think I'd find it hard with the keyboard. Although, like I said, I play with the keyboard on TSC the whole time. There's something about when I'm looking at TSW, I think controller, because I've only played on PlayStation for, I don't know, 5 years solidly on the PlayStation before I've gone to the PC. So it seems a bit weird to me to not have a controller in my hand when I'm playing TSW. But I guess for everybody, just do what you're most comfortable with. Rusty says, can you drive any train unit on any different route? You can with free roam. I bet he's answered it, hasn't he? Yes, via free roam. There you go. I just saw your answer at the bottom. Yeah, I'm a couple of minutes behind. Yes, there you go. Free roam. As per the missile set off, but didn't always get there. Good evening, KH. Hope you're well. You're back home now, are you? Excellent. Good news. That's good news. That's definitely the right direction. The chest, to answer your question, the chest is a little bit up and down still. This is the West Cornwall route, Michael. but we're playing it with the 142 or Pacer, which is part of Blackpool Branches. So this train doesn't come with this route, but you can use it on this route in the timetabled services. You get the class 150 with this route normally for these services.
The next station stop is Truro.
We're going to be a couple of minutes late, but I saw a little bit earlier in the chat, Jason posted the link again to his spreadsheet, which shows all the DLCs and all the layers and what you can run where, because it gets really confusing. So if you want to just post that again, Jason, in the chat, go and check out that spreadsheet, it's very handy. So if you've got this Pacer and you want to know where it runs, the spreadsheet will tell you, for example. Going back to the other video that I did at the weekend, you know, the Class 52, probably most of you watched that. It just went over 1,000 views, by the way, which is great, so thank you very much if you did watch that. Yeah, that maroon Class 52, I was a little bit surprised when I was just looking, you know, down Midland Main Line and I saw there were services for it. That was quite a nice surprise, that. And I always forget my own advice, and I always go to, in the menu, I always go to choose a route. But if you go to the other side of the UI and you pick choose a train, do it that way, that will also tell you where everything layers. So I picked the maroon Class 52, and it came up with Great Western Express, Midland Main Line, and there was somewhere else, I can't remember. Oh, West Somerset, obviously. And it was a nice surprise. So do that if you've got a favourite loco, or just one you want to run. Instead of going to a route, pick the loco directly instead, and it will tell you where it runs. So here's the 37 in the rail freight livery, which comes as part of it. Also, these wagons come as well with it. I think those vans there, those little box vans, I don't know where they come from. I'm going to say Northern Transpennine because we've got them on the Northern Transpennine, so it might borrow those from there, I think. Anyway, this is Truro. Few people coming onto the platform. They better hurry. Penzance with a lowercase p. That's a bit naughty. Everybody's getting on. Yeah, Boston Worcester will be added tomorrow. That'll be good. $27 likes on the stream. Thank you for that. Yeah, everyone, if you want to click it, I'd be most grateful. Excuse me, that's that chest again. You meant to drop a comment. Oh, you think the one in the video was the Western Fusilier, do you? When that one appears on the West Somerset, it does have the nameplate, which is what I was saying in the video. I think it is the Western Champion. There's the cathedral, Truro Cathedral. What we're going to do next after this? Well, we're running down to St Austell, and then we're just going to do the St Ives branch. This is what we're going to do. So we've got to go via, and then we've got St Austell. Good evening, Paul. How you doing? You watched that stream as well, and you played the 52 on Great Western Railway. That's good. That's good. Did you get him on? Did you get him on Train Sim World then, KH, the guy in the next bed? I bet you told him all about it. Just like your neighbour, that was a funny story. KH told me about his neighbour. He got Train Sim World after KH spoke to him, and the first thing he played was Sandpatch. And I can't remember what you said, KH. He either shot off down the hill at speed and couldn't stop and smashed it up, or he couldn't get up the hill. One of the two. He maybe did both, and he ended up nearly throwing his PlayStation out the window. I thought that was quite an amusing story. You told it better than I just did, but I thought that was quite good. And I told him to get him to subscribe to the channel so we can look at all the other TSW related stuff. I don't know whether he did that or not. He might have given up before he got to press the button. We've all done that though. We've all gone down Sandpatch grade, not fully knowing how to work the dynamic brakes, and then gone shooting through at the bottom. Do you know what? I haven't been on the Sandpatch grade now for ages. I need to get back to that. There's been so many other great freight routes since Sandpatch. Sandpatch was one of a kind, wasn't it, at the beginning? I will. You've been driving on the Oakville. Nice. Someone has to. Animal did a run in the 52 on the Midland Main Line with loaded tanks. I did run another one which I didn't record afterwards, which was with the loaded tanks, and you're right, it was very slow. I don't think I got above 30 miles an hour. I was going to look at the headlights, but I can't because I'm at the scenery. They're definitely on. They're definitely on. But remember, they're not. The headlights on these trains are not to see where you're going. It's to be seen. But they're definitely on. I'll show you once I get out of the tunnel. There you go. That's all you get. But they're more for awareness. Right, so this is a go via, so I don't need to worry too much. Yeah, they're pretty dim. They're pretty dim, the lights. Let's watch out for the brakes. But as soon as you get through the objective, you get the green light, which is, we mentioned this again, didn't we, last week? It can be a bit frustrating, that. It's a pity they can't do something about that. We saw it last week when we played Blackpool Branches, didn't we? Just outside of Blackpool North, when you get down to the 15 speed limit, there's an objective right before the signal. The minute you hit the signal, the minute you hit the objective, the signal changes to green every single time without fail. And there's other places as well. The PS5 went through the window with the controller. I knew there was something. That's brilliant. What route is this? West Cornwall. Have you three joined together? Dave, Farah and Ratty? You seem to pop up all at the same time. Late on parade, but good evening. Yeah, good evening to all three of you. How you doing? Signaller, he's playing snooker. Have to get a red before a colour. Very nice. He's got an Xbox now. He went for a PS5 and threw it out the window and got an Xbox. Oh dear me. Good evening, Transport Legend. How you doing? About an hour's run end to end, I think this. Even less if we're speeding. All good, thanks, Transport Legend, yeah. The flange squeal drives you crazy. I'll tell you what, if you want to hear the flange squeal, I'm going to call it right now. Once we get the West Coast Main Line over Shap, when you drive through Cornfirth Station, I don't know if you're familiar with it, if you've been there or you've played it in Train Sim Classic, it's basically a massive tight curve all the way through the platform. I don't mean the West Coast Main Line side, I mean the other side, which does the Cumbrian coast. services. Now that, it really screeches through there. You'll if you drive the pacer through there once you get that route, you'll remember that I told you that. That's why they went back north. Slow down a little bit too much there, I think. Do you know what, KH? It's really refreshing that you've got a good outlook on it, you know. You're keeping your spirits up, to be honest. Oh, the Morecambe and Heysham branch as well, yeah. Of course, yeah, it will squeal down there. It'll squeal on the curve between Lancaster and Burley. See some of that suspension bouncing around. Yeah, cheers, animal. Right, so we've got 3 miles into St Austell. Blackpool Branch is it's a real conversation killer down there. Your other half always tells you important things when we're getting off there. You can't hear a word. Oh, that was good. Somebody just subscribed then. Sorry, I missed it. It popped up, but it's not showing me in the chat. So thank you to whoever that was who subscribed. Welcome to the club. That's it, KH community. That's what it's about. Absolutely. Oh, Life's Entertainment it was that subscribed. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. Right, St Austell. Let's make sure we don't oxenom it right now after all this time. I've mentioned this before, by the way, but in all honesty, excuse me, going forward, not straight away, but over the next sort of month or so, webcam or no webcam? What do you guys think? Oh, look at this. Arriva Trains Wales. Is that one of yours, Jason? I think that's one of yours, Jason, that. Right, here we are, St Austell. I love the fact we've got palm trees down here. Look at Dave. He's a grumpy sod, isn't he? Look, no webcam. I came on here to watch trains. So there. Oh dear me. I can always rely on you, Dave, to give an honest answer, if nothing else. Oh dear. Right. So that was a full run down the West Cornwall. We'll go to the timetable and we'll have a look for the 150 on the St Ives branch. So I'm gonna do the 10 a.m, which is this one. We'll keep the weather as is. Hold on a minute. It's going to do the pacer, isn't it? I need to go back a step. Just hang on a sec. Let me do that again, because I want to change the. I want to change the train, of course. So we'll go back in. Yeah, sorry. This is what I was saying. Just let me tell you about this. So when you're on this page, if you've got a load of trains, go to this side, go to the train depot, and then go into timetable. So instead of picking a route, just go down. For example, the 101. Click on the 101. And you can see all the different. Don't do this with a 66, by the way. There's about 100 of them. But you can choose which 101 you want to run. So let's go for Northern Transpennine. And it will tell you where it runs. So you can see Northern Transpennine or West Cornwall Local. And so when you do it this way, what it does is it's showing you the layers. So it will actually pick you a timetabled service. Most of you already know this, but just in case you're new. So again, you can do it. You can do it for any of them. So if we look at we've got a couple of 377s, haven't we? Let's just pick this one. That's the London Euston one. So that only goes on there. But if we go to this one, so we've got East Causeway and London Commuter, and that's not a good example. You get my drift though. You can pick a train, and it will tell you where it will layer in for services. So you can either do it that way or use Jason's sheet, or a combination of both. But yeah, that's how I found out about the Class 52 Maroon and where that was running. So timetable, we want the 150 and hang on, let me do that again. 150 Creators Club. These are all the Creators Club ones that I've got. We've got the Tintin 57 one, which Jason's created, so we're going to run that. Then we want to pick the service. We'll change the weather again to something a little bit more pleasant. And we'll get started. Right, unlock the doors. We'll get set up and then we'll have a look. I think most of you have seen it before. Marker lights are on. Instrument lights we need. Tail lights we don't need. Headlights are already on day. And we want the safety systems. There's one. DSD. There you go. So we got the channel livery, class 150. So if you own the 150, you can go onto the Creators Club, and if you just search for Tintin on the Creators Club, this is one of the liveries that comes up. So if you want to grab this, then you can go and grab it, and you can run it to your heart's content. But thanks to Jason for that. Right. Carby Bay is next. I should have added that we're at St Ives. That's where we are. And I've took out the silly mastery tower with the crack and the grabbing the ship because it's just completely ridiculous. So I don't have that on. I'm trying to click the public address there, thinking we're in the pacer still, but we're not. We don't have Tom's announcements in the 150. Good evening, Mikey. How you doing? Scooby, nice to see you. You didn't know you could do that? Yeah. Instead of just choosing the route, just pick your favourite train, and then, you know, if in your case, KH, if you pick a 37, it will tell you where it will run on the routes that you want, and then you can pick the route that you want. Yeah, it's a nice class 150. It is. It is. And we've got not in service. I should probably change that, shouldn't I, to be St Erth. There we go. That's better. But yeah, if you want this, go and download it from the Creators Club. It's free. You don't pay for it. Obviously, you need the train, but that's about all. Loads of super cool info tonight. Yep, you're welcome. If the Mastery Tower was just a ship, it would have been okay. Yeah, I know. That's what I think. I think it's just a bit ridiculous. Mind you, I don't think that the UFO is that bad on Capricorn Circle. I quite like that. Maybe I think a UFO crashing is more believable than a Kraken coming out and grabbing a ship. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's because of where it is as well. You know, when you're at that station, it's all you can see, and it seems a bit ridiculous. But there's like people on the beach. They're not. If that was happening, there's not going to be anyone on the beach. They'll have done a runner, won't they? They'll be all filming it for TikTok and all sorts of stuff. Been able to put down a train any route without the need of scenario designer. Yeah, you mean the free roam? The free roam's pretty good. Here's Carby Bay. Rivet's masteries are always poor. What were the other ones then? Can't remember the others. Cathcart was one, wasn't it? I suppose the alien was Cathcart, wasn't it? And that was Rivet. Or was Rivet... Was Cathcart a DTG route? You know, I can't even remember. Battersea Power Station is your favourite. The Battersea Power Station's good, and I also quite like the. It's a simple one, but it works. The hot air balloons on Northern Transpennine as you come around that corner. I think that's pretty good. Well, there's no one on the beach. They've probably done a runner. It's like even if you have the mastery tile off, it's put together as if the Kraken is there. So everyone's done a runner. The red livery on the unit looks great. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's nice, bright red. We've got the YouTube play button there on the side. Or Penzance on the back. Too busy eating pasties and craigs, yeah. Right, we do have a 20 coming up. Saying that, we're going over a hill. Patty Stuter says nice livery. Yeah, Jason just above you in the chat has created this. You're much better than those who said TS5 should have just been an update. The livery looks nice, it is, yeah. Onion bargee. Yeah, you can't beat an onion bargee. Yeah, this is a good place to quickly nip out and see if we can get a quick photo. What do you reckon? Let's just try and I'll post this afterwards on the community page, but if we do that and we go there, and if I try and bring the sun around this side a little bit, get some of the beach in. There we go. I do like this feature of TSW5. It helps me a lot when I'm doing thumbnails. So much easier. And I'm not very creative, as you know, or artistic, but they're actually fairly easy to take some nice screenshots. A little bit slow, isn't it, up the branch line, but Pity that Snowy the dog isn't in the window, yeah. We might get copyrighted for that though. Actually, I don't want to throw up. What am I doing? Luton Cersei, that's a DLC I've not been on for a long time. That's definitely a Rivet one, isn't it? I don't have that on PC actually. I've got that on the PS5. I'm sure that's going to be coming up on the Looking Back series at some point. Yeah, we should play that one. There's so much stuff I can pick from though for that Looking Back series. There's lots of different combinations as well. I haven't really used the photo mode in TSW5. You like the older one in TSW4. I like the one in TSW5 because it reminds me of a lot of Euro Truck Simulator. You know, you can change the time of day. I think that's pretty handy where you can do that. Shame they bought the ECTS on it. Yeah, there was an issue with that, wasn't there? Do you know, it's been that long I've forgotten all about that safety system, yeah. It's quite clever how it works when it works. I mean in real life, you know. Right, slowly but surely, at 20, we're getting into Lillant. The thing is, for collectibles, why do Rivet always do ice creams? What is it they like about ice creams? Because we always seem to have an ice cream collectible. Don't know. So, like this one, for example. I mean, what's going on there? Because where's the health and safety? Is somebody not meant to be selling them? They're not just going to leave them out like that, are they? I mean, there'll be seagulls attacking them and all the rest of it. Right next to the bin as well. God, that bin's full. Look at that. It's been in there that long, it's set. Whatever it is. I think it's KH's onion bargee in there. Oh, dear me. Is this meant to be water? Dave, is this what you're talking about? Or is that the golf course? I don't know whether that's meant to be water or not. Anyway, let's get on to St Erth. Why did I unlock the doors then? No, we're good. Okay, KH, thanks for coming in. Take it easy. No chance of an oxygen home at this speed. I would hope not. And we're going to be going uphill now as well. If that was a Plymouth bin, it would be overflowing. Good evening, Nick. How are you doing? Gilly, how are you? Dre Dreamer says there should be a castle in St Ives. Yeah, we left St Ives back there. I don't recall seeing a castle though. Is it right near to the railway as well? Should we be able to see it? It's meant to be water. I always thought that was some kind of massive golf course or something. Look, I mean, it's a very flat, boring golf course if it is, but there's the other line, by the way, going along there where we passed before on our way to St Austell. Tell you what, there's been some drought around there, hasn't there? I hope that's not the local reservoir. It's the Somme. Nick's new to TSW5, only bought it last Wednesday, hooked already, wow. Yeah, got a lot of good times to come. Probably some frustrations as well, I think everybody will admit. But on the whole, I think you'll have a really good experience. Horsepipe ban. Yeah, I will eat you, says TSW5's fantastic and fun. Yeah. The castle's not visible on the route now. Ah, okay. Climate change, yeah. Right, we've got a 5. It's going to be painful coming up this hill. You can't oxen home at St Erth. You'd hit the buffers, that is true. That is true. Thanks everyone for coming in tonight though, I do appreciate it as always. Get some windows open. It's quite dry outside, as we saw at the golf course. Wow, that 5 is really slow. Everyone get out and push. Nick says frustrated trying to get the 37 to move, then realise you need to set something up in the other cab to get it moving. Ah, okay. It wasn't the 37 on this route, was it, by any chance? I seem to recall some issues with the 37 like that on this route. Thank you for making a video on the Oakville subdivision. Actually, a couple of people did enjoy it, I will admit, and I said it in the Class 52 video at the weekend. Not a lot of people watched it compared to normal. So I think that is because it was Oakville, I think. Maybe, you know, maybe a lot of you share the same opinion about Oakville. It just needs the passenger stuff adding, I think. That would make it. If they can do one of these, you know, labour of love projects that they keep talking about, like we're getting with Great Western Express, you know, the revamps, new timetable, etc. I think it could sell a few more copies even this far down the line. If you brake at 5 miles per hour, you nearly come to a stop with this when you put it in the first notch. It was this 37, was it? Right. Evening, Matthew. Look for the stop markers. Yep, we'll do that. Gabepi, how are you? 37 this route, you had to set to vacuum. It was something to do with the brakes. It was particular to this 37, wasn't it? Did they fix that though or not? I can't remember. I don't think I've run that rail freight 37 for a while. Animal couldn't get the 31 to move yesterday. What happened? Oh dear. Yes, it is very slow, this. Okay, so where are the stop markers? I don't see any. You've got to overshoot. Sprinters usually only use step 1 of brake. I think they would at this speed. Right, so that's West Cornwall. I wonder if we've got something short we can just do. What do you reckon? If you guys are sticking around, we could do something short. By the way, we've still not got the patch yet, have we? That was meant to be coming. I don't know where that is. I was kind of hoping that we would get the patch and we'd be able to go and look at the West Coast Main Line South, London Euston, with all the new lighting that they've done, the lighting improvements in the station, etc. I was kind of hoping it would come by today, but obviously not. It's not turned up, which is a shame. So we can't do that. But what can we do? What can we do? Do you want to go on to the Glossop? Let's go on to the Glossop, shall we? And we will run the 323 on the Glossop, shall we? We'll just do something. Let's have a look. Piccadilly to Hadfield via Glossop. Why don't we just do this to finish us off? I've not been on the Glossop for ages, so even though the title of the stream is Cornwall, we'll do a bit of Glossop. Because we get to go to Manchester. Right, let's get it set up. Running forwards. Daytime lights, tail lights are off, which is good. Safety systems, start at the top. Let's get that on. Normal, normal. Vigilance, normal. Right, that's everything. Alright, cool. We are, of course, in the Northern Livery 323. We did drive the Central Regional Railways 323, didn't we? Last week. Or the week before. Wait till 9:03. So this is Piccadilly, so I'm kind of hoping at some point we get some Pendolinos in Piccadilly Station. What do you reckon? I reckon that'd be pretty good, because there's a few 323s in, but it's a bit quiet. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. For one thing, there's thousands of people streaming down these stairs, you know, and that's without looking at the trains that we've got. So yeah, bit more traffic I think would be welcome. A nice Northern livery. By the way, this is an official Northern livery for the 323. But if you want other Northern liveries, so for the 150, I think, what are the other ones, Jason? But anyway, Jason has done a lot of Northern liveries on the Creators Club. Go and have a look if you want one. Complete the fleet, as it were. Get the doors closed. Off we go. Put that down. And that one. Nice summer's morning in Manchester. I can see Matthew's asking about the Pendolino. I didn't say it. While I was waffling, I didn't see your comment. Dave, can't wait for the ATS route coming out. You brought up around that area alongside Levenshulme and Stockport. It will be a good route, won't it? Will be a good route. What? No, 76? Says Gilly. First train spotting was in Longsight Yard. Ah, Sophie's there. Sorry, Sophie, I didn't see you there. We've had COVID. Oh. Yeah, that's rough. So the excellent video on the Red 52. What an amazing cab view. We'll have to get that soon. Yeah, there's the thing is, Nick, you might have heard people saying there's often a lot of sales. So being as you're new to it, do yourself a favour and just hang on. There's always sales. What platform are you playing on, by the way, Nick? There's more sales on Steam than anything, but there is sales on Xbox and PlayStation as well, and we are coming towards the end of the year. And usually around Christmas, there's a decent sale on all platforms. Normally, just going off previous years, so you might want to hang on and create yourself a wish list. Otherwise, it'll cost you an absolute arm and a leg, you know. But the 52 is quite nice, yeah. Off to Ashbury's. Which is not this platform, but the one ahead. Jason, you've done the 150, the 158, the 142 and the 170. There you go. So if anybody wants Northern liveries in those, go and have a quick look on Creators Club for Jason's stuff. West Coast Main Line is outstanding. Yeah, it's pretty good. It needs a few tweaks, which hopefully are coming in this patch that we just mentioned. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good route. All good, Sophie, yeah, apart from my chest, which is still giving me jip. But I actually did a test for COVID a couple of weeks back. I didn't have COVID, but it feels like it. But I definitely haven't got COVID. And this is the first time I've played Glossop on the PC. I've absolutely hammered it on the PS5. Xbox Series S, Nick, yeah, so there'll be some sales coming up. I have no doubt. Get your wish list together. Don't they do normally a Halloween sale, says Matt? Possibly. Possibly. Regen brake and hill start is available on that button. Didn't know that. Guide bridge. Kabepi, you're on the flight simulator. Yeah. Oh, you're private DC3. "323 should be running on the West Coast Main Line in the West Midlands livery." I wonder if anybody's working specifically on the AI stuff. Okay, Jace, no worries. Thanks very much for coming in. It's a short route, this one, isn't it? But it's quite nice. Look where all this extra track used to be here down the side. Evidence of days gone. There you go, as Dave says, yeah, it used to be a massive place for trains. Yeah, it's only when I play the Train Sim Classic versions you can see, you know, the Woodhead route, etc. You can just see how busy it used to be. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Did DTG have a game called Flight Sim World? I'm not sure. They did something with Flight Sims. I don't know whether they had their own game or whether they made DLC for Microsoft Flight Sim. I can't remember. Yeah, the Woodhead route. Yeah. So I've got both the Woodhead routes in TS Classic. There's the electric Woodhead route and there's the original one. And both are quite good. Right, we've got half a mile into Guide Bridge. There's a tunnel with a signal box in it. Is there? On this route? I've not noticed that. Or you mean on the old version? 323232. That's a good number, isn't it? Right, we'll lock the doors. Flowery Field. That's a great name. On the old version, I've not noticed that. I'll have to have a look out for that. Good evening, Sim by the Mile. There's Sim by the Mile with the knowledge. So there was a short-lived flight simulator based on the old FSX code. Ah, okay. It was called Flight Sim World. Didn't last very long. Yeah, that's interesting, that, isn't it? The new Flight Sim is coming out, of course, November. So I will be picking that up for the PC. Signalman had to climb down to it. Yeah, that is a bit grim. Imagine doing a shift there. Flowery Field. It's great. It's a great name. We'll check the schedule as well once we get the doors open. So we got Newton for Hyde, Godley, Hattersley, Broadbottom, Dinton, Glossop. Due in at 9:33. So yeah, just it's not bad this route, is it? Just for jumping in and doing a quick service. Animal, you play Flight Sim, but you have a slight problem. You can't land anything. Yeah, that would be a slight problem. Take your parachute. Biggest signal box in use today is at Shrewsbury Junction, Triangle Junction. When you say signal box, do you mean like traditional signal box where, you know, you pull in the levers, like non-electrified sort of signal box? Is that, I guess that's what you mean? Right, this is Newton for Hyde. We're running about a minute late, so that's about right for us. I keep doing that. I keep trying to brake with the left side of the controller, but this is a combined throttle and brake lever, so I only need to use the right hand side. That's what happens when you switch in between trains. Sorry, people, you just missed it. Godley is next. Let's accelerate from outside, shall we? It's on one of the TSC routes, Shrewsbury to Newport. Is that south? Is that the south? Is it Welsh Marches? There's a couple of good Welsh routes, isn't there, in TSC? Can't remember which it is. Emergency brake, then we don't oxenome. We're going to have a slight oxenome. That's because I looked at the chat. We got one door overhanging. It's fine. Right. Oh no, don't get out there. Don't get out there. That's dangerous. She jumped down there and she was fine. Let's lock the rest of the doors. That was close. Welsh Marches, yeah. Yeah. That's a good route, that one. So we're actually not that far away. Just over 10 minutes. Down to Glossop. I think you even get the 66 on here as well, don't you? As part of this route. But they're not very long runs, as I recall. Too many doors on the platform to be an oxenome. Yeah, an oxenome is a complete miss. Yeah. You've got to be going faster than an oxenome, or just not paying attention at all. Another one of those routes that's actually quite a relaxing drive. Again, the 323 is not super difficult to drive, so again, if you're a beginner, then most of these units, like the 323, are good to get started on. Broad bottom. No comments, please, Bourbons. Yeah, there's a 66 on here. I can't remember the services though. One side of Shrewsbury, one side of the railway is the courthouses, the other side is a prison. Like a kind of no man's land in between. Evening, Peter. How are you? That, along with the Gospel Oak route, is mine normally boring. You mean this one? This route, you mean, is boring. I think Gospel Oak and this one, from the length of the route perspective and the amount of stops, they're pretty similar, aren't they? Get the doors locked early because we have actually caught back up time-wise. Yeah, I don't mind this line, and I don't mind the I don't mind this line. I don't mind the Goblin line, but I, I wouldn't play him solid because the services are quite short. So the routes that I dip in and out of more than playing in one big session. That's a good one, Gilly. Yeah. That even me speed. That's quite funny. Oh, you've set him off now. Look, you've set Bourbons off with his jokes. .5 miles to Dinting. Animal lives living in Ramsbottom, yeah. Peter, give you something where you can have a big grumpy or a blue diesel. Yes, yeah. I've got you. West Coast Mail Line Overshap is the next one of them. That's the one everyone wants. I'm going to predict that's going to be a bestseller, that one. I think DTG are going to be so glad that they opened it up to other developers. Because no doubt they're going to make a few quid off that. They probably made a few quid off Blackpool Branches. There's the distance signal. So we will get stopped probably here for someone to pass us. We've got the green, so we're good. Here's the guy who we were waiting for. He's getting a shift on. You've been playing Cajon Pass this week. You forgot how much you missed playing it. I've played a little bit of that as well. Yeah, it is a good route, that. There's Transpennine, good for blue diesels, especially with their heavy freight pack. Doing some of those big freight runs there with those oil tankers is great. Yeah, so when I was playing the Woodhead route in TS Classic, I know like now we have to go off to the right here, but in that route you can go thundering off there up to the left, can't you? And that's where the route carries on. Yeah, it's good route that in TS Classic, and I think it is universally recognised as so as well, isn't it? Everyone talks about that that's played TS Classic. Double-headed Class 40, Preston to Carlisle. That will definitely give you that BI Blue grunt that you're looking for. It is a good route, Northern Transpennine. It's been consistently a good route. It's not a route I've ever got bored of. I can always jump in there and quite enjoy it, you know. The summit from down to San Bernardino, yeah, yeah, and it's good, isn't it? How it joins up as well. Cajon Pass joins up with the San Bernardino. I never really paid much attention when we just had the Cajon Pass. Never paid much attention to San Bernardino, but now it's quite nice how you can jump around with the route hopping. You're looking forward to the Just Trains route more now than the route that only comes with a 323. I think both are going to be. I think both. I'm doing it again with the brakes. I think both are going to be very good routes, but I still think that. Well, no, it's subjective. It depends what you're more into, but I still think the West Coast Mainline over Shap's going to be, for me, is going to be the better one because it's more my thing. Plus, I've been waiting for that section of the West Coast Mainline for ages. So, but there'll be other players who prefer the other route for similar reasons. Sinbad Amal says Woodhead, excuse me, is one of your favourite TSC routes. Always wanted to take your bike to Hadfield and cycle up the walking cycle path these days. You can get to the tunnel entrances. That would be pretty interesting. Yeah. Evening, Michael. How are you doing? I should say, you're behind us, aren't you? By a few hours. Afternoon, it will be. Could do with a class 50. Oh, don't mention the 50. Don't mention the 50. Animal is in the chat. Don't mention the class 50. NTP's good, but it needs updating now. Do you think? I think that it's certainly going to get the treatment at some point, isn't it? Just like the West Somerset and the Great West Express, it's going to get the treatment. I think probably over time, many of them will. But I think that one's a prime candidate for it. Not fun driving a lorry over Woodhead. You've been everywhere, Animal. We just can't hold you down. Nice, Michael. Nice. There's two things to be guaranteed to be mentioned on these streams: biscuits and class 50s. And we've had both tonight. But we have reached Glossop, so that is us for tonight. So I hope you've had a nice time. I certainly have. It's been a very swift 2 hours 10 minutes that I can see that we've been streaming. So thanks for coming in. Thanks everybody for those likes and for subscribing. Yeah, I don't know what I'll do next, but I'll do something, and then hopefully next Monday, if not before, we'll be back live with something else. So thanks again. Take care, everybody. Have a good evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.